Welcome to the Molybdenum Software Show. By the way, for the previous episode, I have changed the layout of how the video tracks are overlaid on the screen.
Okay.
In the video, and it's I don't have complete control, so I need to make a reasonable choice there, and I think I made the best choice. It maximizes the screen share. But it also does this thing where it switches between the main speaker when there is no screen share. Then the speaker will be the maximized video, and then the rest of the participants, they go in the corner. But when there's a screen, which is kind of awkward and unnecessary, but it's fine. The screen share is well visible.
Most of the time we have a screen share going, I would imagine.
Yes.
Not right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of screen share, is my screen. And I am I just bumped Home Manager. And Home Manager, you still not using Home Manager, are you?
Well, I
What?
use it a little, but not much. Yeah.
Technically, you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened recently, like yesterday or so, is a commit that you know how Home Manager activates?
Yes.
Well, it does not activate that way anymore, I think, by default. It used to activate.
Let me see if I know how it activates. It builds a script that you can run. I used to do this on Arch Linux. I would build a script that I would run. And then I think on Nixos, does it create a systemd user service?
Right. My question was incomplete. I meant in both NixOS and NixDarwin.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it creates a systemd service. It's not a user service, a system service.
Oh, okay. It's not a user service. Okay.
And it's like it has as much chance of success as any other service restarting. Like if you bumped your Postgres or your I don't know what
It's
typical
software written by
desktop
humans,
service.
so it will inevitably break.
But that's kind of it's kind of a mismatch because it's not a service, is it? Like Home Manager is not a service. Like why does it activate a service? Why doesn't it? So that's the change. And the change is that by default now, Home Manager activates simply as part of the NixOS or NixDarwin activation script.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So if that fails, your whole system does not, because otherwise,
yeah, you can activate
your system. You end up
activate would succeed, and you would only realize that the systemd unit had failed if you thought to check.
You see, if you thought to read the output of that switch command, you can see
it says,
services restarting
service and okay.
But the failed to restart Home Manager or whatever else, it's easy to miss that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not red, if I remember correctly. So,
mm-hmm.
And it does not non-zero exit your switch command.
Yeah, got it. And your generation gets updated.
Right. So now, and also, what that I don't know why it seems to be coupled. I think it may be coupled that there is yeah, I think it is coupled that The old way also means that Home Manager for each user is a GC root.
That doesn't seem connected to it being a systemd unit to me.
Because you're saying that the home would still be just a dependency of that systemd unit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. I don't see like why theoretically it's this way, but it is this way.
Mhm.
If you look at your GC roots, you'd see that Home Manager creates GC roots
Okay.
for your user. In fact, they are profiles, and I'm not sure what's like a profile is a GC root, but like what's special about a profile? So I'm not even sure what a
Yeah. I'm not
profile
very
is.
knowledgeable about profiles, but they're things that like have some history to them, right? Like the list of generations that I see when I reboot, aren't those?
Those are
That's
profiles.
like a
They're system
profile.
profiles.
It's like my system profile.
Yeah. And I think now what happens is that there are no additional profiles. It's also all part of the Nix.os. And like I said, I don't know why it makes sense that it wouldn't or would not already be that way, but maybe it was like that because even though it was started using a systemd service, there was never the attempt to integrate the profile, and also maybe it was considered a feature so that you could leave
roll
your
it
system.
back independently.
Right. I mean, if it activates independently, so why couldn't you roll it back independently?
Sure. And I mean, you can use it outside of NixOS, so it needs to be able to work outside of the context of NixOS.
Yeah. So it being an additional and integrated into the NixOS or NixOS profile would be an additional feature. Now I think that's the thing. So next time after a few generations, take a look at your garbage collection, because if you keep like you look at and do a clean and then you say, okay, keep 4 or 10 or however many profiles or generations you want to keep, eventually those will get completely obsolete, because as your NixOS generations move forward, the Home Manager generations they don't move forward. They don't get no new ones get created.
Okay.
So you'll just have a list of old irrelevant Home Manager profiles.
And you're saying they'll never go away because I might be running a command that's like keep the last 5.
Right.
And they're useless to me.
That's how I see it.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Thanks for the heads up.
Welcome. And if you want the old behavior, there's a flag.
Okay. How did you stumble across this?
Because it's the most annoying behavior. I'm a long-time Home Manager user within NixOS, and just figuring out for the first time that, hey, this is possible, that I'm NixOS generation, but an older Home Manager generation because it failed to activate. Just figuring that out and like thinking, hey, why is it even this way? So I dug into the issues and saw this, and the PR that fixes it by Rai C himself, the original author of Home Manager, was just merged.
Got it. Okay, so you were looking into this recently, and you just happened to see that it's changed.
I was not looking into it recently.
Oh, you were like subscribed to some relevant stuff. Got it. Cool.
the GitHub subscriptions. I must
Those are great.
have 20,000 of them.
So many things. It's like really funny when I see all this like bullshit about Kubernetes that I don't care about anymore from my previous job, and I'm just like, unsubscribe. That cost me, a day or 3 of work, pain, and now I don't have to think about it anymore. Very satisfying.
All right. So here is I also garbage collected, so we have one issue that we wanted. Milestones. This one.
All right. Getting close.
I was thinking maybe the feature is not homepage content. Maybe it's a homepage redirect, just a URL, and then the homepage would redirect wherever people wanted to.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a minimum viable feature.
Yeah. Would that be confusing? Like on one domain, you end up on a different domain. Yeah. I mean, we also don't necessarily need to do anything here, right? Because concretely, we're going to deploy this thing to a NixOS server. We're going to stick Nginx in front of it. And then we can just configure Nginx. Like, we're already going to have to put Nginx in front of this thing in order to do like HTTPS termination. And so once we're doing that, we can just configure our proxy path rules, our location rules in Nginx to like serve up static content when you go to / or serve up a redirect.
We currently don't serve anything, do we?
We probably serve like a 404, yeah.
We have a dev server. Why don't we start that?
Sure. So I could see saying, screw it, let's not build anything in Rust. Let's deploy this thing, and we can configure it with the power of Nix in our infrastructure declaration.
Sounds good.
I think it's possible that right now we actually serve a redirect on the homepage that takes you to the API, the Open API docs. I vaguely remember us doing that.
I also remember something like that. There.
Yep.
I didn't.
So that redirected.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd say screw it. Let's just let's get this thing deployed.
Okay. This doesn't have to be a feature provided by this project. Currently redirect to API docs. And if the user wants behavior They.
Configure a reverse proxy.
The reverse proxy. They probably.
Love it.
Running this.
Great.
Which means we can move toward deployment, doesn't it?
Yep. Do it.
Okay.
So we should both have an invite to a Hetzner cloud project, right?
Yes, I already visited there.
I have not.
Just waiting for us to create something there.
Hetzner cloud. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Log in.
So
Get logged in here.
we did all the work that would make it all but trivial to set this up on an NixOS in an NixOS configuration.
All right, I am in. Yeah. Should not be a lot of code. Should be a very simple NixOS configuration we need to deploy.
Okay, and this will actually be my first time of setting up an NixOS appliance, because I've been only doing desktops so far.
Sweet.
Desktops that are accessible via SSH, and desktops that actually occasionally had this or the other service. But desktops nonetheless. I've never. I don't know the checklist, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got a Hetzner VPS running on Hetzner Cloud that, I manage in my Flake, and it works as lovely as you would expect it to work. There's, some quirks related to networking on Hetzner that I think are explained here. Like you have to hard code like an IPv6 address or something.
All
Yeah,
this
thing right here. So there's this thing I remember is one quirk. But other than that, it's super straightforward.
I don't know, this page has some links to it.
Yeah, well, it's like, because there's a million ways of doing things. It's like partition by hand. Use Disco. Use NixOS anywhere with Disco. So, yeah, and then Disco again. And so it's a lot of alternatives. But, yeah, I mean, what we probably should do is start a new Flake somewhere or a branch on our project, like to get this all started. So, you want to make a new project for this? A new GitHub repo, I mean? Or do you want to have a completely unrelated branch called like infra that shares no history?
Mm. I would vote for a new repo.
PR Tracker Infra? Or do we want to just have like a molybdenum software infra, and this would just be the first, it'd be like a mono repo of all the things we deploy? Do we actually already have something like that?
No.
Am I getting your various projects mixed up? Like Modus Operandi has some server running somewhere or something, right? Or is that just a static site?
It's a static site. GitHub
Okay,
pages.
got it. I see. Well, do you want to call it just infra, or do you want to make it specific to PR Tracker?
Do we get some kind of a domain? What are you? Because I'm thinking maybe we should call the app, call it the name of the repo would be the domain.
Yeah,
Where
I
this
mean,
will
it's like,
be deployed.
do we think we'll run other projects in the future, and would it be less
I wouldn't
hassle?
let the future interfere with the present.
Yep. So, I mean, you and I need to buy or leverage an existing domain name for this.
Well, there is molybdenum.software.
Okay, let's do it.
Something like, and currently this redirects to the GitHub org, I believe.
Got it.
We could do something like a subdomain like Nix packages dot molybdenum dot software.
That would work. This is pork bun.
Yes.
And this is also pork bun. Got it. So they support redirects.
Yes. I like Porcupine.
Yeah, I use them as well. Cool. And they're doing a cert. Very nice. Okay, great. So you want to host it at nixpackages.molybdenum.software? Or nixpackages PR tracker nixpackages?
If I had to, yeah, PR tracker, Nix packages, like both these terms seem like a bit much together. And if I had to choose one, I would go for Nix packages.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so you want to create a repo called nixpackages.molybdenum.software?
Yes, I kind of imagine it would be here deployed here for a long time, and then it would go to. Do you remember that there's this domain someone offered, like for Nix packages? Someone has a Nix packages domain.
I don't remember.
Actually, probably several people have several Nix packages domain.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Does our software support multiple tracking multiple repos?
No. And furthermore, our API does not support it. It's a bigger problem, right? Like we'd have to rev out a V3 of our API.
Mm-hmm. Well, fine.
Okay. Do we MIT everything? That are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Great. And then, yeah, we can initialize a flake with flake parts. Probably that's how we do things, right?
Yes.
I've got a template we can start with, or if you've got something you'd like to start with, happy to use that.
I don't have a template. I just finger it.
Okay. Next flake init. We'll start here. And you can. There's not a lot to it. It's just 2 files, so we can change this up however we want. Okay. Oh boy. So this is infra for.
I would delete that.
Just delete the description.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. We got Nix packages, default systems, tree from Nix, and flake parts.
Systems. Well, starting from the top, flake parts does take an Nix packages lib input
Okay, so we
from
can
memory.
deduplicate
Mm-hmm.
inputs.nix packages follows
Packages hyphen lib.
like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Systems is unnecessary. It doesn't make sense because this is for a system, right?
Well, there's what systems we support developing on, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both use x86, so we could hardcode x86 Linux.
Yeah,
It's basically
I
what we
support that.
put here.
It's
So
it's the same system as the target.
yeah, well, it doesn't have to be though, right? Like
It doesn't have to be. If someone
but
wants to come along and say, "Hey, it's not my system, and I want to work on this,"
yeah,
then
totally fine. Okay, and then let's see. Here we've got the pre-commit thing. This is
how
not.
about
Yep.
we use Vic import tree?
Sure. Can I just get this working first? Because
Sure.
it seems to be erroring out on Nix FMT because there's an import missing. Whoops. So that. Okay. We need get hooks Nix. I'm gonna switch to where I have a little more space. Here we go. There we go. Is that gonna get us in business? Nope. Oh. Pre-commit hooks. That's a weird naming thing. This is called pre-commit hooks here. What do you want to call this input?
Git hooks?
Okay. Get hooks. And then over here it would just be get hooks, except empty. Okay, there we go. Finally in business there. All right, and then Vic or Ha, right?
Import tree.
Love it. I haven't used this yet, so this is going to be fun. And then make Flake. He doesn't have a system here? Does that work?
System is somewhere else.
Because Flake parts let you define that wherever you want, I guess.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay.
It's even merges, I would imagine. So
So do you want to do it like this, or do you want to do it like what he's written here?
I like what he's written because it kind of
do it.
squashes this file, this expression.
Great. And then I'll move next to modules. Do you like that name?
I actually don't like that so much. I think we can start with it. Or maybe, maybe because I'm thinking there's like the most reasonable default for this, for like what to import. What is a flake part? Like, how do you know a file is a flake part module? Sometimes, to me, it makes sense in a repo to place flake part modules in a directory with the source code of something. I know it's not exactly this repository because this is like just an NixOS configuration. So, if this is just an NixOS configuration, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not modules. Maybe flake parts. Because like maybe that makes more sense.
No
For
preference.
every Nix file in the flake parts directory, it would be considered a flake part.
Yeah, I've been calling it flake-modules in my
They are
repo.
flake modules. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Move next flake modules. Add. And then here we change this to /Nix modules.
Flake module.
Thank you. Yep, that worked. Okay. NixFMT. Okay, and now we need systems. So create a system.nix, or where do you want to put it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The systems, I think, is like it has to do with the hardware we'll be running on, right?
No. This is about the development environment.
It's about
The hardware we'll be running on,
because
we're going to define the system when we define the NixOS configuration.
Well, that depends on what you use per system for, right? So, per system is kind of a crude, thing, right? Kind of a crude API. Okay. Does that make sense?
No.
No. I know that you can put packages and shells there and checks, and it used a lot in development. And we're going to have a NixOS configuration here, which is not under per system.
Right.
So if this has to, but also some of the packages that we will have, that one might have are in per system are sometimes for use inside a NixOS configuration.
Sure.
So that it makes, in that case, it may make sense that the system of that NixOS configuration is one of the systems of the defined in the flake.
Mhm.
So yeah, system.nix is fine.
Okay.
Fine.
And then is this just systems equals? Does that do what we need?
Yes, it does.
Wonderful.
What do flakes do before Git is like a thing? Like this is what how you have editors. You have editor integration for adding intent to add, right?
Yes.
Like you have intent to add on save.
Yes. When I'm in a flake.
When you're in a flake. Is that public project or what?
We should make it one. I mean, it's like in my Snow repo, which is, everything. But I'd be happy to extract it if we could think
I
of a
want
good
it.
name.
Mm.
Or I don't know. Do you think NeoVim would be open to it?
NeoVim.
Just
Does
like
NeoVim have anything to do with flakes?
Well, or
at the
I mean,
moment?
could it just be like, would NeoVim be open to just saying, hey, if you're saving a file in a Git repo, mark it as intent to add? Maybe that's a little intense.
Yeah. That will surprise many people, many users.
Yeah.
So it's a big change.
Yeah.
I think it's a NeoVim plugin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy to pull that out someday. That'd be fun.
All right.
The other one would be GF, which I think that could possibly be a core NeoVim feature.
You mean in like enhanced GF?
Right. Yeah. For me, it's G capital F, like go to file, create it or open a new buffer with that name if the file doesn't exist.
That could be a NeoVim feature. Yeah.
Okay.
Be right back.
Sure thing. Excuse me. Let's also get that one. One less dupe. Love it. Okay. And then this actually have the bug. Play default. Play.nix. Yeah, that's missing. Okay.
I'm back.
Hiya. I noticed that we had a Nix packages 2 coming from githooks.nix, so I deduplicated that as well.
Oh, yeah. Do you use Nix like metadata, or do you
I
like
did.
search for 2 in the log file?
Yeah, although that would probably be easier. I did run Nix like metadata. Okay. So now we're ready to define a Nixos configuration. I'll rotate over to you. You okay with me just committing this as like a starting point rather than making a mob branch and our branch and PR and all that?
I guess there's no harm in that.
Okay. I'll even amend and infra. I don't know what the we don't even care about conventional commits here, right? There aren't going to be version numbers or anything.
Yeah, this is end. This is the leaf repo.
Okay, there it is. I'll hand it off to you, sir.
Repo, clone, molybdenum software, mix packages dot molybdenum dot no software.
Cool.
Dot git out, check out detach, right? Git work tree add, work tree, mix packages, molybdenum software. I want to, how do I do this? LB branch. I want like an existing branch. I don't quite get it. Create or reset a branch. Can I do like, because I don't want a new branch. I want main. Can I do that?
I mean, you don't have to specify this, right? You can just do git work tree add.
Then it creates a new branch by default.
Oh, okay.
The
Gotcha.
name of the final directory.
I see.
Then I try to do this, and it tries to create a new branch.
Okay.
What is check out branch even if already checked out in other work trees? Probably a bad idea. But what happens when this fails? Maybe that's fine. Maybe, oh, it failed prior to creating. What happens if I do the big one? Big B main. Create or reset a branch. I can also do detach. I think detach would solve the problem. There we go, right? Work trees, mix packages. Yes, detached. Good. Okay. And then switch main.
Cool.
Echo. Use Flake. I actually want a few things more in there. Namely, trees CR tracker. Let's do echo timer room. Packages of NVARC. Should be there now. Export. This should be before and allow.
But I don't know that we're even going to define a dev shell in this repo.
You don't? Well, there isn't one now, so I'll comment this out and reload. And allow. Mob T open. Throw this over there. Mob T 3. What do we need?
Let's create a Nixos configuration. Sure. And I mean, I guess we should maybe make it an ARM machine if that's cheaper on Hetzner. What's the pricing like?
Hmm. Want me to go to Hetzner now?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see what their pricing is for VMs.
That's nice. Didn't have to do anything to prove that I'm not a robot.
Great. So right now it says total is 0 per month, but maybe once we answer some more questions, we'll get a price.
Yes. Regarding the location, if my podcast is any indication, then US are the greatest. This. There.
Germany.
29% United States.
Okay.
So by far, our clientele is US, it seems.
Cool. That's surprising.
Or maybe they like podcasts much more than Germans do. And I think I looked at it and it's California. So that's
Well, my
west.
Hetzner server is in Oregon, so works for me.
How do you, like, I don't see Oregon here, so
Oh, that's
this is
the
Oregon? I don't.
OR, Oregon. Hillsboro, Oregon.
Like, why don't I see that here?
That's what OR is,
Where is OR?
right under your cursor.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't even read this. I read only that.
No problem. Yeah, I think VA is Virginia, OR is Oregon. And yeah, Ubuntu's fine because we're going to kexec and take over. And then, yeah, here's the question. Oh, yeah, I think they don't have ARM in, because I would have chosen ARM for my personal server if it had saved me $1, but yeah.
It says Nuremberg, Falkenstein, and Helsinki. When I pointed it.
I mean, I'd be
If it
curious to
saves
know what
us
the
$1.
price difference is.
So let's click this.
Ooh, $9 a month. That's more than I'm paying. I am using their cheapest server, that 2 gig of RAM, 40 gig SSD. I'm not sure
What do you
if that'll
think
be
we need?
enough for our
So how
needs,
easy
but
is it to migrate?
I've never tried, so that'll be interesting. But I mean, Nix makes it easy for us to recreate machines, so yeah, shouldn't be too bad. If we have to, I mean, maybe it'll be upgradable in place.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's like €5
Well,
a month. And then we're going to need to pay for a IPv4 address, or is that included already?
this red is just their color scheme.
I guess so. Okay, yeah. So they are including a IPv4 address, which we unfortunately need.
This IP is chargeable. Why do we need it?
I mean, if we want people to be able to talk to our API, and they only are on IPv4, then
Who is only on IPv4?
I was curious about that. And most like every hotel I stayed at, which has been like 10 in the last 3 months, have been IPv4 only.
Really? If I deploy an HTTP API publicly for like the general public, should I make
I mean,
sure
I'm telling you from experience,
to
I've been
serve?
curious
Yeah,
about this, and it's
I
just
I
not
trust
an option.
what you're saying. I also want to see like a little bit of numbers, what
Mhm.
this bot says. Serve it on IPv4 and like why give numbers be super short. Yes, serve on IPv4. Most internet traffic, about 70-80%, still uses IPv4 due to widespread device network compatibility. IPv6 adoption is growing 20 to 30% globally. But excluding IPv4 risks alienating a majority of users. Data, Cloudflare reports. Wow, I didn't realize. I thought IPv6 is like taking over, but it's not. It's taking over slowly.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're
It's a
skeptical
mess.
about.
I mean, I'd like it to happen, but like,
Mhm.
I mean, I talked to people about it, like at these Nix meetups I organize, and I turned
Mhm.
off IPv6 on my home network quite some time
You
ago
turned it
because it
off.
caused an issue, and
Caused an
I've
issue.
met other people that did the same thing. And every public Wi-Fi I've used, like since I started paying attention, has been IPv4 only.
Really? Every public Wi-Fi? Like what?
Yeah,
A cafe? What is a public Wi-Fi?
yeah, like hotels.
Mhm.
It's mostly been hotels, I guess.
So how do I check? I just go and like do something like
Like if
IP.
you're do curl-6 http :// google.com or something.
Example.com.
Yeah, sure. So you're ready to rock. But if I do that, it'll fail for me.
Well, you've turned it off for some issue, but
Oh, wait, no, I have it working. Okay, maybe I turned it back on. I had it turned off for a while. Then I've been traveling and clearly have forgotten the state I left things in.
should I be concerned about like exposing this publicly?
I mean, I wouldn't consider.
No, but this is my private internal network, right? I won't see the router's external IPv6 address here.
Well, the funny thing about IPv6 is you likely don't have network address translation. So
Really?
those IPv6 addresses that you're getting should be prefix
Public.
delegations, like specific IP addresses inside of a prefix that was delegated by your ISP. So like your IPv6 address that we see, the FE. Oh, are you on 0 tier? Is that the ZTH?
Yes, I have a
Okay,
0 tier. So
not that one. But
this is my.
that's your MAC address.
That's my MAC address.
But the
Here's
2405
IPv4.
addresses, those are likely, yeah. See how they say global, scope global. Those
Yes.
are Those are globally routable addresses. Like, unless you have a firewall set up
see.
on your home network, on your home router, people could theoretically talk to port 22 on that IP address and try to SSH into your laptop.
But these are also temporary, right? Most likely.
Yeah, there's
don't-
this thing about IPv6 addresses.
It literally says temporary here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I don't remember the specifics about, or I've never known. So it's not like I don't remember. I've never known the specifics about these like anonymous-ish IPs, and like this other one might not be temporary. It says dynamic.
try
which I
pinging
also,
this.
sure.
What do you get?
Can you copy paste it so I don't have to type it?
Try pinging this.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Come on. Roll to the bottom, please. Here we go. Ping. Three packets transmitted, 0 received. So you're not responding to pings.
But we don't know whether it stopped at the router or stopped at my computer.
Sure.
Also, there are two. I don't know what this is. A shorter
That's a
one.
so-called link local IPv6 address. It's not globally routable. So it's like for bootstrapping communication between machines on the same network without like a DHCP server or something.
Okay. Well, if I want to learn more, I won't bother you.
Oh, it's totally fine. I enjoy testing my understanding of this stuff.
Okay.
Then I would prefer not to receive a root password in email. So let's add your key and my key, I suppose.
We wanted to see the price.
Yeah.
This is €5 per month now. And if we change to like Nuremberg.
Oh, it already drops in price just for being in Nuremberg.
Does it?
Now it's €435.
Huh.
And what's
Okay, yeah, I suppose, that's geography.
ARM
Market.
incentive?
And there's
what's this? A new type appeared. Oh, we can see the AMD. Oh, so it automatically selected. Oh, no. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, AMD or Intel?
AMD or Intel.
And Intel's cheaper and has double the RAM.
And has double the RAM.
I always would have thought that AMD would be the cheaper option. You know your processors is one of those better than the other.
Well, this is less specific, I think. This tells you it's a 7002 series. I don't even know what that means. This is Xeon Gold.
Okay.
This is as much information as they want to.
Well, I sure like the idea of spending less money and getting 4 gigs of RAM. So, because I think RAM might be our limiting factor.
Yeah. For 4 gigs of RAM on AMD, we'd have to spend more than this.
Right, but we do get three vCPUs there, so it's not really apples to apples.
3 vCPUs, yeah. Okay.
And what about ARM?
An ARM. An ARM. 2.
That's the same price, and not obviously more appealing, right?
Same price.
Okay. Then I'd vote for the cheapest x86 one.
I wonder how come this is the same.
Yeah, why isn't that
Maybe
cheaper?
it's supposed to save
Should
them
use
some
less
energy, but
and like less cooling, right?
maybe it's different on the higher tiers.
Oh,
Like if I click this and then switch here. No, this is 6. It's difficult for me to compare. 4, 8, 630. 4, 8. Yeah, that is cheaper.
okay.
So at the very lowest end, they find it difficult to provide the advantage.
It's weird though,
But
because these aren't like
those are
dedicated
the
machines. We're just getting slices of beefy machines. So they should still get the economies of scale.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like, this is
It's
not a
just
dedicated. What's the word? Like, I blank on the names. It's like there's bare metal, then there's like you get all of the VM to yourself, which might be a different category, and then there's you get one VM that occupies the entire machine. Maybe those are the same thing.
Well, notice that on the dedicated, there is no
there we go.
ARM.
Yes, dedicated is what I'm talking about. That's where you get the whole. Oh, actually, maybe that's not even what I think it is. Maybe that's.
It's a dedicated vCPU.
You still get.
All plans are featured with. All plans are featured with of AMD, Milan, Epic. These are newer CPUs currently. Dedicated.
Got it.
vCPU.
Okay, so there's two flavors of VM: shared and dedicated, and then there's bare metal, which is, I guess, no VM at all.
Well, how come you don't see bare metal here?
Because Hetzner has that in their completely different product called Robot, which is like not. I don't know why it's different.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we looked around, we saw, but so and it for us switching from between systems should also be trivial because our data is not system specific, right? It's just hopefully just data, right? Like database data.
Yeah.
So the cheapest thing we can get here is either an Intel or an ARM64, $329 per month. And you said if it's the same, I'll get the Intel because why do you think it's like faster?
Compiling. If we're going to build on our machines, then we won't have to cross compile or, do emulated BinFMT emulation to compile.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I guess if we set up a CI pipeline and did the builds on an ARM machine on GitHub Actions and pushed to a CacheX cache or whatever they're called, maybe it would. But yeah, I don't know. I'd vote for the CX22.
If we set up a pipeline and all that, then in the future we are going to probably scrap that because it'll be a part of some bigger Nix packages infra.
Yeah, I don't want to invest
in all that. It's a bit of a waste of yeah.
Yeah.
These things they take time.
Yeah. We should just do deploys from our laptops, and the easiest thing will be x86 all the way.
Okay, then ARM, I will see you some other time. I mean, see you daily on my phone, but it doesn't count. So, like, I see you daily on my phone, or so I'm told.
It's a little abstracted away.
Okay. So I chose this 2 Intel, blah blah blah, 4 gigs of RAM, and now SSH keys.
Yeah.
This is pretty obvious. You just add a public key, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And this doesn't
How
have
do
to
I-
be both of us, like, because we're going to provision an NixOS machine on top of this, and that'll then have the SSH key. So this is really just for bootstrapping.
Okay. Do you want this to be you? I have somewhat less experience. Do you mind if I do this?
Yeah, please. Go for it.
There's a command. Well, I can just cat my SSH.
Yeah, just don't cat the private key.
Just don't get the private key. I put them in keys, and I think I made. You see, I made keys for different things.
Cool.
So I think I'm going to make SSH like what is it? Gen key.
Keygen.
Keygen. It asks me questions, right?
Oh wow, it defaults to ED255. Nice. That's cool.
Is it my settings though?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is it
Maybe
the
you
default?
have some settings.
That config SSH config.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
don't. Yeah, it seems like we have progressed.
Way to go. OpenSSH is a project that changes.
Okay. Home SSH keys. I don't know what to call it. What I don't know. Hessner. It's a very temporary one, right?
Well, are you gonna?
Packages.
We're gonna define a Nixos configuration with an
I
authorized
can
key in
reuse it, right?
So we could use this for both the bootstrapping and the permanent.
Right. So this would be something like Nix packages dot
Molybdenum.software. Sure. Sure.
Does it? Yeah. It creates the extensions, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am not using a passphrase. No
Okay,
such.
or not. Does it not like the tilde?
Yeah, it doesn't like that. Stage keys. Yay. I have the fingerprint and stuff, but I actually want the contents of the public file. So this SSH keys, Nix packages, and software dot
pub. Perfect. That's the one.
So let's Wayland copy this and
very slick experience there with the pasting.
Thank you. And this is a name.
Oh, I was talking about their JavaScript thing.
What?
Like they parsed the thing you pasted and extracted
They actually
the name.
removed the from
Yeah.
from here. But I don't want this name. This means nothing to me. Doesn't? Yeah, I'll keep it. Set as default key. Set as default. Select one or more SSH keys as the default. These are automatically pre-selected. This might help us once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Volumes.
And we don't need a volume. Volumes are useful, I guess, if you want to like be able to tear down a
More
machine.
storage, right?
Yeah, or have more storage, or move things between machines. Like you want to be able to tear down the machine, but keep all the storage. And like,
Otherwise, we get these numbers, right?
I think we get those numbers either way. Like
either way, right?
It's just
Yeah, okay.
another volume.
All right. So what do I do?
So
nothing here. Firewalls.
Yeah. And then
I might create a firewall.
You know, we have the ability to configure our firewalls in Nix, so it's like, do we want a second layer of firewalls? I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Yeah. Leave it.
And
backups.
I don't feel the need to do this. There's like, you know, we can recreate the data by provisioning a new server and letting the fetcher run overnight or something.
Yeah, there's no. If it becomes a problem, maybe we'll consider placement groups. Yeah, no. Labels.
That's like if you're doing cost accounting or something, like this project has this many servers or something. And then, yeah, you know, if we were really doing a lot of this, we could have a Cloud Init thing that automatically like provisions NixOS on the machine or something, but not worth it.
And I guess we need a name, right?
Yeah. So I think nixpackages.molybdenum.software. It's probably a reasonable name.
But that's like the instance itself, right? You mean this is invalid? Oh, it becomes valid if it's not the last character.
I mean, I'm open to other names.
How about Molly?
Sure.
Okay. So if I click this, we start paying. We start being charged, and I will. I think there's a card in here already. That's how it works.
I think so. Just gotta be
okay. Well, there's no way to
Numtide here and not spend too much of their money.
Right. And there's no way to proceed without doing this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a way to like start reading on how to what like the next step is. So I don't know what the next step is. And we don't really have to do this because we can start making our configuration locally, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can hold off on clicking the button.
All right. We started playing with this because we wanted to know what the system of the NixOS configuration is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will respect their bottom line. And then we can rotate this. Still on main. Hey, why is it black?
Don't know. Okay. And we don't have a mob branch going, right?
I need to reload this window. Sorry.
Sure thing.
Just a moment, please.
Okay. That is not. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna make a new file here. It's gonna be something like molly.next, where we are gonna find the Nixos configuration for this
How
new
about
server.
this will be a directory?
Sure.
And this
I
would
guess the name
be
doesn't matter.
imports.next. I'm just doing what I've been doing in the dendritic pattern.
Sure. Okay. So what is this? Nixos configurations.molly.
Flake. I see. Well, imports for me is like we are importing these configuration classes. I mean, it's useful when there are multiple configurations, but not only. It's also useful when like you want to talk about things semantically. We create some named modules for like just to get our wrap our heads around things.
Yeah.
Sorry for being so vague, but
Well, we're gonna need a line of code that looks like this somewhere in this project.
right. So that line
Where
of
would you
code,
put that?
that line of code, I would put in Molly configuration.
Okay. I'd like to start there if that's okay.
Sure, sure.
So where would you put it? Molly/configuration.next?
Yes.
Like that? Okay. Got it. Okay. And this is going to look like flake.nixos configurations.molly equals lib.nixos
System. Nixos system.
OS. It's not auto completing. OS system, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something like that, right?
And the only and the only I think the only thing that will be inside there is obviously missing some stuff, like modules.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like what modules equals?
Yeah, modules equals there will be config.flake.
Check. Can I get this thing building first? We need a system, is that right?
Mixed packages.host platform.
That's the one.
But I would suggest using yeah, you want to get it done, so just put something in. But then I would suggest we use what's it called? Hardware. The hardware thingy, the fancy
Nixos factor. Yeah, we could use that. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna stop pulling on that thread because this is all gonna be handled by something like Nixos Factor. Okay, great. And I guess what you were saying was you want to pull a Nixos module from somewhere else.
From flake.modules.
Okay. So flake.modules.nixos. Something.
Exactly. And that something would be Molly.
This feels a little recursive. Like what?
Well, it's not, right?
And then would we define that right here because we're already in Molly?
No. This is just this purpose of this file is just to instantiate a. This would be config instead of play. Config, and there line 5 it'll be config.flake.
Config.flake. Isn't there like a self or something? Can't you do that?
There is, but I don't like using it because I think the correct thing to do is to refer to config. Self is like outside of the evaluation. This is like referring to the flake itself.
Mm-hmm.
But we should strive to like reach the least far that we can inside of these. Does that make sense?
No. You want to write config dot what? Flake?
Flake.
Okay.
Dot modules, yeah.
Aren't those the same thing? Self and config dot flake?
Yes. With like probably less evaluation. And less chance of something going wrong.
Like you're saying this
I'm not
one
sure what would go
would
wrong.
have less evaluation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, most likely. But it's a different fixed point. It's nearer. Reaching into config is nearer than reaching farther outside of config into flake, into self. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you might have more of a mental model of like what all is happening, but in my mind, I don't see why these would be a different amount of work.
I'm not sure about the work, but self is literally it's a thunk or a reference, right? Provided by Nix itself, right? Like by the flake.
Yep.
And config is provided by flake parts, and more specifically the Nix packages module system for this evaluation. So we are reaching farther away if we are using self.
Okay.
So to minimize the complexity, we can use config. Complexity of the evaluation. It's like more local.
Okay.
To where we are at the moment.
Sure.
To the scope.
Okay. So now where do we define this?
In the beauty of this config flake modules is that it merges, like the type of this option under NixOS is called the deferred module. And therefore, config flake modules NixOS Molly can be defined in in any number of files, and it will just merge.
Yeah.
And I think one first place to define it is flake module /molly /imports.
Okay.
Right. Flake modules, NixOS, Molly.
Something like that.
And then yes, and then like imports would be the yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I actually kind of tend to like as soon as I go into a module, I tend to open a complete adder set literal just like to make it more visual for myself that this is a module. But that's my. Does that make sense to you?
No. Tell me how you would do this.
Like Molly equals adder, literal adder set.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
I tend this is my just because when we don't do this, it can get quite deep. So I tend to that's like set the limit somewhere like consistent. And just go with that. And here in imports, I would do something like
I assume we're going to pull it from
yes.
somewhere else. Config.
Exactly, yeah.
Flake,
Config Flake modules NixOS, and then do
something.
Here I would do something like, well, what is it? It's a it's a PC. No, it's a server, right? So maybe NixOS and server.
Okay.
Or like base. To make sense, like base.
This is like the Hetzner stuff, and then this is like where we'll configure PR tracker.
Right. PR tracker. Yeah, and yeah, we can change these as we
or maybe
actually put values into them.
xpackages.libdenom.software. Like maybe a more correct name.
Yep.
Yeah.
To me.
Okay, great. And then you'd create what, like a top level of Flake modules, like a server.nix? Like going to be a bit weird because it might not. Well, I guess we'll just see. Okay. All right. I would be inclined to start just dumping stuff in this file and splitting it up later, because I am not totally sure that we know what the right division is yet, and I'd rather see some code first, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right. So let's start here. And do you want to rotate? Happy to keep going. Whatever you want to do.
Fine. Either way is fine by me.
Okay. I'll rotate. I'm next. Take it away.
Are we? What kind of a? What did you?
I did make a branch for this. Add PR tracker.
Add PR tracker. You know, we don't need we could do mob off of main.
Sure, that would also totally work. We could squash everything at the end.
I'm on this branch.
Excuse me.
And here is this file. So this is like with config Flake modules NixOS.
Oh, okay.
Commented out server. That.
Got it.
Actually, how does this work?
Not sure if you can do that.
What? Can you do this, perhaps?
We could also change the dots to dashes.
How is... No, this is unused. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah,
if it's possible.
I mean, because this is how you kind of... Wow,
That's
I
not
never
going
thought
to
of
do
this.
what we want. Yeah, it might just not be
Right,
possible.
because it has overloaded, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's foo dot,
That would work.
then this is suddenly... Huh. There's incompatibility between with and
Yeah.
attributes that are not valid
It's
identifiers.
creating a bunch of bindings, right? And that's not a valid
Mm-hmm.
binding, so it just can't possibly work.
Okay. Well, whatever. Leave it this way.
Yeah. We'll circle back to that when we're ready to modularize the config. So I think let's start with just what it takes to have a Hetzner machine, which is on that Nixos wiki.
My timer is not going. Hetzner.
We are using Hetzner Cloud.
Where's my dark theme? What you have experience with this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean I've done this exact thing for my one Hetzner server. And I opted to use Nixos Anywhere and Disco.
What? So what is what do you? Where do we start here?
Yeah, I mean I think we're basically just massaging this code into something compatible with our preferences for structuring Nix code. So
So you think this is like... Okay. You think this is our kind of starting point? Okay, fine.
yeah.
All right. So what do we have here? We have some kind of a profile which will be replaced with can be replaced with NixOS Factor as soon as we get to run it on that hardware, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so when we run Nixos Anywhere, it'll create a factor.json for us.
Okay. It will? NixOS Anywhere?
Yeah. Like SSH
supports
is
Factor?
the machine. Yeah, it does. It's all created by those clan folks. They're all these projects are related.
So is this obsolete or?
I mean, I think the bootstrapping is awkward unless you're using Clan itself, which does handle the convenient bootstrapping. And if we wanted to, we could use Clan for this project. It would be a good tool for this, and we are going to have a secret, our GitHub API key that we need to manage. So Clan would be a very good tool for this if you want to use Clan.
I wouldn't mind in theory. I just don't in principle. I have nothing against Clan. I like tools that help me. I would just like to know the limitations that it imposes before I decide.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I would say because I use Clan now,
Hmm.
and it just conveniently stitches together SOPs, Nix, Nixos Anywhere, Disco, because like using those tools independently requires some just like awkward initial steps. It's like, oh, I think Nixos Anywhere understands how to do Disco for you, but it's like an awkward command that you have to figure out. The folks who built all those individual tools, SOPs, Nix, Disco, and Nixos Anywhere, are all like Mick92, and he's working on Clan. So like those tools aren't going to get, the UX on those tools isn't going to change. Like it's just going to be Clan that uses those tools. So I guess like I haven't found any limitations of using Clan. Like everything with Clan is sort of opt in. It's like you don't have to use their zero tier overlay network stuff. It's something you choose to use. And if you don't have any secrets, then you're not using any of their secret stuff. There are some like baked in defaults that are like probably sane, but are not the way that Nixos works out of the box. Like for instance, there's like systemd init rd as opposed to like the old school like shell scripts init rd, which like caused
I
issues
use that
for me.
anyway.
Oh, you use that? Okay, great.
Mm.
It caused issues for me because I was trying to set up full disk encryption and unlocking at boot time, and the wiki with instructions for that assumed you were not using systemd init rd. So that's why I even found out about that default in Clan.
Mm. And there are no limitations that it imposes with regards to how I structure my code. Are there?
No.
Like it's like there is a flake that offers some Nixos configurations, and that's what it works with.
Yeah, they do expect. I don't know if it's required, but they have this thing called the inventory system, which we wouldn't be using. But the inventory system is a mechanism for defining services across machines. And the reason they built this is like, because it gets expensive to evaluate Nixos configurations if you're evaluating like all the Nixos configurations that you have defined in a flake. That can take 15 seconds times n, where n is the number of Nixos configs you have, and so then things can get really slow if you're like
Tell me about it.
forcing evaluations of all of them so the inventory system is like independent of the Nixos configs. But again, we're not going to be doing anything with the inventory system, so I think we could just pretend it doesn't exist.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like flakes. They're all in on flakes. So yeah, I mean we could go down that path, and if it doesn't work out for us,
happy
we can
to try.
abort.
It's an opportunity for me to try because I've been aware of their activity for a while. I've been enjoying their upstream contributions, and I know some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would be neat because it'll be an opportunity to try out Clan's. We're going to have an encrypted GitHub API key committed to our repo if we use Clan. It'll be fun to see what it's like to manage that with multiple people, because I'm only I've got a single flake that I work on that has encrypted secrets committed. It uses SOPs Nix. But I haven't dealt with the like, how do I collaborate on this with somebody? Which requires multiple users that can like decrypt and encrypt the secrets.
That's how messaging works. Peer-to-peer end-to-end encryption. I think. Been reading about that recently.
Yeah. And I work on, like Nixos Infra, which uses SOPSNIX, and we have multiple people collaborating on secrets in that repo. So SOPSNIX supports it, but SOPSNIX is a little abstracted away with Clan, so I just haven't had the opportunity to try that out yet.
Sounds like there's a bunch for me to learn, so let me know what you'd like me to do, and we can also rotate.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'd say screw it. Let's do this with Clan.
Rotated.
All right. My notes from spinning up my machine, but clan.lol. Where do we get started? Here we go. Okay, I think we both already have flakes enabled. So now we're going to have a dev show. So there we go. Flakes create. So this is going to create an entire flake from scratch for us, which we could do. They do have docs on how to port an existing thing. What I did. Existing, migrating. So yeah, I guess which approach would you like?
I don't like the term migrate. Why do I migrate anything? I just want to use your tool. I have to migrate stuff.
Yeah, well, it'll probably change what your configurations evaluate to, because it does have some different defaults, like the systemd initRD, for example. There are some others as well. But I guess their migrate here really is in terms of the structure of your flake.
I assume you are already using NixOS flakes.
Yeah, and so then this is like as simple as it gets, right? A flake with 2 configs. And, we would split this up amongst like 5 or 6 files, but same idea. Then you add clan core. Then, play with your outputs. But the important part is you do end up defining a clan. And you can define all the machines explicitly, but you can also have them auto-discovered. Oh, okay. So this is interesting because you like having everything defined as flake parts modules. So yeah, all right. This is the limitation you were asking about that I didn't realize.
I see the clan. Let me just follow the thread here. If you could scroll down a bit. Yes. I see the clan is a flake output.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So in our case, it'll be flake.clan and templates. Clan.templates and also clan internals. is a flake output.
Yeah.
Okay. And for some reason, the clan takes charge of my NixOS configurations pass through clan. So I don't see libnixOS system here. It instantiates NixOS configurations.
That's right. Yeah, I looked at that code in Clan Core. So yeah, this might not.
Why does it do that? Why does it, instead of giving me a module to add to my NixOS configurations, why does it want to instantiate them?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a good reason for that. It is the mechanism by which they add, I guess they enforce that all of the machines pull in their defaults. But like you said, you could also accomplish that by having a module that you're just supposed to import.
Mm-hmm. I'm not giving it configurations. I'm giving it a module, an NixOS module.
Right.
That is an entry point.
Yeah.
Or a list of them.
Yeah. So this might not be compatible with the dendritic pattern. The way I handle this is...
It is. It is.
Well, I don't know that this isn't a module system thing, right? Like, it would be this central point. I guess the imports could just refer to things that are defined dendritically.
Anything can be, if you want, you have some expression provided by some Nix library, and then you want to like control the arguments to that expression via some multiple numbers of files, multiple files. All you got to do is create some options, and then you're off to the races. You have one file in which you call that expression, call that function, and declare those options, and then in other files you can provide values for those options.
Okay, so I think what you're saying is if you wanted to split this up across multiple files in your flake, you would say machines equals some new flake parts option that we define, right?
Yes, but look, on the left, there is a flake parts item, which probably does just that.
Let's see.
Unless it doesn't. Unless it doesn't. Configure clan.
Yeah, this looks like it would be, what you're talking about. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're in business.
Yes, it's still like we still won't be calling NixOS system.
Right. Yeah. But we don't have to invent our own, workaround to break up the machine definitions. We can do, presumably this will merge, right? We can do clan.machines.whatever equals.
I totally expect that it will merge because, that's how we do flake parts. And if it doesn't, it's like embarrassing. And I don't think.
So yeah, I think this would be the way to do it. We'd add flake parts, set up a follow. We'd add flake parts, and no, we already have flake parts. We'd add clan core, and then the flake parts module is part of it. We add that somewhere, and then we define a clan.machine, and I guess a clan name.
Clan-wide settings, yes. And yeah. Looks good to me.
All right. Do it.
I still don't understand why.
Why they are the ones that wrote lib.nixos system.
I think it's convenience, but I don't think it's appropriate convenience.
Yeah.
I think its convenience should be provided somewhere else. I think that actually, anyway, I won't bother you with all my. Instead of talking about it, I should just do it.
You should do what?
Improve the situation. I think we need a Nix packages should provide a flake part basically.
Okay. So where would you put this line of code? This be a clan.nix somewhere?
Yes.
Great.
Exactly. I think you're beginning to understand the dendritic pattern. This file has to do with the fact that we are using clan.
All right. So that's that. Okay.
You know what? Another thing that Vic did.
You tell.
Do you remember my files flake part module?
Yes.
So he took that, and I was like, what have I done? I never meant for this to happen. But he took files and he made a flake part module that uses that and allows you to declare flake inputs.
Okay. This is a mechanism to like split up your inputs.
It generates flake.nix. That's
I
just
see.
another one of those.
Yeah. And that way you get to decompose your inputs into multiple places rather than having them all.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I think there's a bootstrapping problem there,
Yeah.
and I haven't tried it yet.
Uh-huh. Wow.
But I'm glad that Vic is trying it out.
Yeah, he's really in on it. That's awesome. So I guess this would also be a reasonable place to define this thing, right?
I think it depends on what the value is and what that means to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you could also take the attitude that, well, the name of this clan actually comes from the fact that the owner of this repository is Molybdenum Software. So you could say owner.nix or meta.nix and put it there. That's what I like about flake parts, that I can put stuff wherever I want and like name stuff wherever I want.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, this is a funny name because, right, the pattern we've taken here is, if we were to have another molybdenum project that we used clan in, then it might be weird for both clans to have the same name. So
it's kind of a misuse of clan to have a single device. And if you have a clan that consists of a single device, I think it should be named after that device.
Yeah.
I think it should be the Molly clan, if you ask me.
All right.
Well, or maybe Molly is this specific server. So maybe the clan is nixpackages.molybdenum.software.
Yeah, I like that. So it's like, maybe this was actually, maybe we split the fetcher and the API into two separate servers, right? And
let's say that
run the database on a
Molly is not enough, because that particular hardware is not enough. We need like 4 CPUs, 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be Molly anymore, right? Does that make sense? Like Molly pertains to that particular server that we create on Hetzner.
You're saying if we were to reprovision, we'd give it a different name?
Yes.
We could do that. Yep. So I'm fine with this. I think this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Machines dot Molly. So now we can go over to imports, and this will be not the module, but the configuration. Actually, plan dot machines dot Molly.
Which file is this?
I am in Molly /configuration.next.
Right.
So that's basically the equivalent of this thing.
But we are not doing a configuration anymore. We don't have this file. So how I'm seeing it. It's kind of strange, right? In our domain now, we have clan machines. That's what we have. We don't have configuration anymore. We don't control the instantiation of configuration.
Yeah, so we can call it machine.next, but like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that I see the value in like dividing this up, but let's just start here with something that
I
should
think
work.
it should be something like clan is a directory, and then it has like a default.next and then a machine.next.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
You mean clan is a directory with a folder called Molly in it?
Clan is a directory. Flake modules /clan, and then there's exactly the default.next, and there would be a.
And what do you want to do with this directory? Just move it under clan?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. Then it's got a machine.next. Pardon me. Okay. And I guess like I'm not really seeing the value in having a machine.next and an imports.next. It seems to me like the machine.next could just import the things.
Sure. Let's try it if you like.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. So this will eventually those things. For now, that goes away. Okay. And you're gone. All right. Next flake show. Let's see what happens. Road my things. Okay, not bad. Then we need clan CLI.
I think it's not imports though, it's modules, right? Oh, it is imports. No, I saw in the.
Yeah. We're gonna need the host platform.
Oh, actually, it's not even. Yeah, the machines, because it's a deferred module, so you can just put it's like it's a module. That's fine.
What is a deferred module? Sorry.
Molly here. Molly here is deferred module, probably.
Okay. And we can split this up in a bit. Target host is going to be something like root at packages.molybdenum.software. And we're going to need to fill that in. Okay. Okay. I'll rotate. We need to get the clan CLI somehow. I must have missed that in the docs.
Mm-hmm.
Could you share screen, please?
Sure. The clan CLI, you say, huh?
Oh.
Okay. So I will do flake modules clan CLI.next.
Or maybe we already have it. Like, we imported the flake module, right? Maybe I just didn't reload my.
Next flake show.
Like,
I don't see any persistent thing.
But do we have a dev shell now for something?
No, because next flake show does not show us a dev shell.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't really understand. What's the mechanism to get?
Well, then we look at flake. I have a bug dot parts, and we search for clan, and we don't find clan, so I don't know what clan.lol.
Clan.lol.
Clan.lol. Lil. Lol. Build your own darknet. Really? That's how you market it? Reference or options? Is it reference or options? I don't know.
You could search for flake parts at the top right.
Yeah. Okay. So there's options flake, whatever this is.
Zit with a Z.
Sorry?
I was just amused by the spelling on line 31. Explicit.
There. Darwin module, big flake. Inherit.
Okay, I don't think I see anything here about the CLI.
Look, they provide NixOS config. So what is this?
Yeah, so I think the machines that we define.
Yeah.
In our clan
I get it.
show up as NixOS configs.
It's funny that this is all on flake. It's just not because it all becomes flake outputs. So you can find our NixOS configuration in two places, in
Yes.
REPL, in NixOS configurations equals, well, clan.
Well, they might be massaged versions of each other.
Configurations.
Oh. Misunderstood.
It's true.
Got
it. This shouldn't be the case. This should be like private. It shouldn't be options flake. Only like, right? Like why? So there's clan intern. Maybe this is convenient for debugging because you can everything's a flake output, but like, that's whatever. That's not. It's not the intended usage of flake parts, I think.
Okay. How do we get the CLI to show up in a dev shell? Guessing it's not
Well,
here.
it might be somewhere inside here, right? Like, because there's.
Can we flip back to the docs on migrating an existing Flake to use Clan? Because that did talk about adding the CLI. I'm curious what it told us to do.
Do I have? So which
You
doc
search
did
for
you want?
migrate. Migrating existing, yeah. And add Clan CLI diff. Perfect. Clan set up, but you can't use the CLI yet.
It's just from mixed packages.
Great. Wonderful. Or I think it's not from mixed packages. It's from Clan Core. But yeah. That's the make shell.
Oh, that's the make shell.
Okay, so we should define a dev shell.
That makes
somehow.
more sense.
I guess a reasonable place to put this would be in the clan.nix, right? That's like.
Yes.
And then we'd need some modular way of defining the shell. And there's something you like for that, right?
Make shell. I love make shell.
Then shall we do that?
Yes, please. I accept that. I can mob next.
Cool. Screen, share screen, entire screen. Okay, Flake.parts. What's it called? An MK shell? MAKE dash shell? Okay, great. Is this going to tell me what to import? Great. All right, Flake mob start 7. Flake.next. IJKLM. Any inputs you want to override or?
Yeah. Check. I don't remember by the.
Okay. Next Flake metadata.
Huh. This is what you do. Huh.
I don't know. How would you do this?
I just no further arguments. I haven't thought of what you just did, but it kind of makes sense because it gives you less information. If you're in a big flake and you do Nix flake metadata on that flake, you get a whole bunch of information, and also it like instantiates that change, right? Like it applies, it relocks, adds the new inputs. So this might avoid that.
So this is clean. Nothing to do here, right?
In my flake, I do override flake compat, but it's a tiny input.
Yeah.
Another thing you could do is just empty it out instead of like follows. You could just do the empty string thing.
Oh, do we not actually need it?
We don't. No, it's a flake compat.
Okay. Just tell me what you want to do.
It's for consumption via. Yeah. Empty it out. That's a strange thing to do, but.
That equals? What is it?
I think it actually follows.
Okay.
No, is that it? Am I right?
I don't know.
Or maybe it's URL empty. I think it's URL, right? Does it follow? Wait, that's a syntax
We've got a different
error.
problem.
Yeah.
Why is this empty? Oh,
I made an empty file.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. At the point that we're overwriting that, there's another. There it is. Flake compat right there. We got another one here.
Yeah, go ahead, override it.
Yeah. Yep, they are overridden. All right. So clan.nix, clan default.nix.
Can I say?
Yes.
Good overriddance.
Okay. A little bit of a stretch, but it works. Okay. So where would you want to put this line of code?
in a file called dev shell. It's like general
Dev dash shell, dev
shell
shell.
hyphen. I like the hyphens for this. There will be a dev shell. Details will be scattered, but this is the general fact about it.
All right. And then it's going to look something like this.
What? Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, you just. Sorry. Yeah. Which file you're in? I did make a CLI.mix, which that. But yeah, clan. That's what I made it for.
This.
Clan CLI.
Oh, I see.
But
okay. Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's like how finely do we want to slice and dice? Because we could also have a name.mix. But
right, complete. Like how many? How? What's the resolution? And I tend to make tiny files. Is it a virtue? Is it a vice?
Sure.
You know what? One thing I can say about it is that when I come to add something new, that then often it's like now I want to break things apart, make them more fine grained. And when I don't need to do that because I already made it fine grained, that's when I'm happy with myself. So I can just add the thing that I wanted to add. So I don't know, what is it called? Front loading the effort or something?
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of taste. And I'm not feeling strongly. So if you want to do it this way.
I'm generally a shove it all in one place until it bothers me sort of person. So if you're all right, I think this is going to be pretty small, right? Like, can we even make this simpler? Can't we just do per system dot make shells dot default dot?
If you don't need PKGs, then
we're gonna need PKGs. No, we're gonna need self prime. Is what we're going to need. Or inputs prime. Sorry.
Inputs prime.
It's gonna be packages. Packages. Okay. Inputs prime. Packages equals inputs prime dot clan for dot. Making that up. That's right. Migrate existing. Clan CLI. There we go. Clan CLI. And I guess we could combine this.
Mm-hmm. Could do that.
Okay. Duran reload. That was way too fast. Really? Oh. That's fine. Here we go. Bummer. Got packages. Done. All right. Now it's got to compile. Okay. But that's doing what we want. And then I will take next. Take it away.
And reload that. was too fast, wasn't it?
Yeah, you
Where's
also
my...
don't have a use flick because we didn't have a dev shell until
We
now.
didn't have a dev shell until now. Okay. Edit NRC. Use flake. There and reload. It's okay, love. It's okay.
Awesome.
Give me clan.
Love it.
Clan CLI tool. It's not just a CLI, it's a CLI tool.
There you go. Sweet.
Clan show. What's the problem? Definition
Not of type string matching. Uh-oh. We broke the rules. No dots.
Nice. No dots. Where is it? Name? Is it
Clan / default.
clan default name?
Dashes? Are dashes even allowed?
Yes, they are.
They are.
This. Okay. Nix packages, molybdenum software. I think this is a little bit closer to a dot.
Sure.
Warning.
Sweet.
Dirty name. What's the name of the clan? Description none.
Yeah, I've never run that command, so. What about clan machines list? Does that do anything?
Machines. List. Like you said, Molly.
Can you boot it? Clan VMs something?
VMs.
On Molly? Maybe?
Run. What's inspect? I'm curious. Cores 1. I think it just created something.
That might just be the config for the VM when it gets created.
Run.
There is no run. You did inspect.
Inspect run. VMs run. Molly.
I've never actually tried this command, so this is.
Now we have a secret. I can hear myself a little bit if I shout. All vars are already up. It happened a couple of times.
How?
Just a tiny leak from the headphones, you know.
Impressive.
Whoops. You need a capable Spice client, such as VirtViewer. Seems like some dependency is missing.
Well, I'd never tried that. I was curious if it would work, and I guess not.
Oh, look, it's launching display with URI. It's VirtViewer, Nix shell, Nix packages, VirtViewer.
Spice.
And we Nixers have it so easy. I can't imagine, I can't imagine what we would be doing right now without Nix. I'm like, what?
I've provisioned a lot of servers without Nix. I can't imagine. And it's why I'm here right now.
Can I do this now?
Huh?
No, I cannot. Wait, I can do something. What?
Different happened, maybe? Waiting for vhost user socket connection.
Does virt viewer work?
You know what's funny? I know this clan CLI is written in Python. And you see that red message there with the curly braces at the end?
Yeah, it seems like a
They're missing an
failed.
failed interpolation there.
Yeah.
Okay, well this might not. I mean, unless we want to like figure this out, possibly report a bug, we could just ignore
Well, I
this.
can certainly find this, right?
Yeah, I just meant the fact that we could.
Where do they host? Is it GitHub or what?
Git.clan.lol. Yeah, you got it.
Let's. Oh, I need to register here. This.
There it is. Yep. You need an F at the beginning of that string.
Okay. Do you think it'll? You think it'll remember? Probably will, right?
Yeah. See.
Clan. Let's do this on the other screen.
Good idea.
Clan. I certainly don't have one. Log in. This is at git.clan.lol. Git.clan.lol. Website. .lol. Username. Password. Here. Copy this. Put it here and there. That seems to have worked. Save that. Okay.
Nice.
Typo causing string interpolation to be taken literally, something like that.
Yeah.
In there, whatever, they'll figure it out. I have a slight change here.
So. Okay. All right. So. Oops. Okay. So what we need from here is let's start with the Hetzner base configuration. So that's boring. Nothing interesting there. And then this is like ignore file systems, which we're gonna get this, I think, for free from Disco. Default stuff that we can ignore. I think we'll get this from Clan. Think we need to do anything with initRD. Oh, okay. Wait, sorry. I'm gonna jump ahead to Nixos. Okay. I think we can ignore all this. I think that'll be handled by Clan. We do want to define our Disco config though. So, how do you want to do this? This is a GPT ext4 file system. Do that, or do you want to get fancy and use like ZFS or something?
At this point, ZFS is my default.
Okay. I'd love to learn more about it. So if you wanna do that, I'm super down.
All right, let's do it.
Do you have a Disco
Okay.
example, or should we just go to the source?
Better go to the source. What I do is I look at the properties of my current ZFS on some machine, and then I take the important stuff.
ZFS. This one looks complicated. It's a problem because they use these things for tests, so their examples are never simple. Just
Well, we could
sorry.
we could look at the important stuff. I don't have Disco. I don't use Disco. So.
Okay. So
This will be my first time using Disco.
disk X, Y. These must get referenced later, right? I'm doing a breadth first here. How does X and Y get used?
I don't see it yet.
There. Encrypted, fancy. Really? Now I'm going to search for X. There it is. There it is. Oh, Yeah, I don't see it mentioned. Disk. Oh, okay. There's a pool. So, okay, I guess these names just need to be unique. But you specify a pool called zroot. And then that's this thing right here, I guess. Okay. So you create a GPT that has a boot partition, and then a 100% ZFS. And then over here, you define your pool. And this is a lot, but this is like lots of volumes and things. We probably only need like one volume.
Need one data set.
One data set. Okay. Got it. Okay, so what's the difference between volume and data set? Are those the same vocabulary word? Like synonyms?
You can see that I don't think ZFS has volumes. This is just a name for a data set.
Oh, okay.
In this case.
And you say where these things get mounted.
But hold on. No, hold on. Sorry. Look, the type is ZFS volume. You know what I think this is? This must be something like it gives you a block device, not a file system.
Oh, okay. And you can use it for like swap or something.
Look, in this usage, the content is a type file system format ext4.
Okay.
Which is like, why would you do this? But maybe you have some legacy reason to do that.
Okay, but there should be something that says mount point equals slash, right? Mount point equals slash. Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So the pool itself is mounted at slash. So do you not even have to create data sets if you don't want to?
Right. The pool is a by default set data set.
I see. But if you want to like be able to send and receive or snapshot subsets of your entire disk, then you create data sets.
If you want send and receive. I don't know. If you want multiple mount points, then you create a data set.
The reason you'd want multiple mount points is to use features like snapshotting without having to snapshot the whole thing.
snapshotting and like different quotas are another reason.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so we maybe wouldn't even create a data set. We would just have a
We don't
whatever
need
it
to,
is.
yeah.
I guess you've got the experience here.
I actually do because but I don't know why do I think just for like future thinking I created a single data set.
Oh, mounted at slash or something?
Yeah, yes. Yes, I think might have to do with so I yeah, I don't think I had like technically a good reason to. I just wanted to like not be constrained. See, look, if you what happens like let's say you mount the root Z pool as root and then you create another data set within that. I think by default what ZFS does is like it mounts that new data set inside the root data set.
The data set inside of a data set. Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I making this up? Like if you make, yeah, it like the data sets are also like mounted within each other,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. Hope I'm not making this up.
So sorry, but the thing you do, you have your like root data set, which ends up
And
not
then
having anything.
I don't mount it.
Oh, it doesn't even get
And
mounted.
yeah,
Okay.
I create the data set within that, and that's the root. Because
All right.
then I have the liberty of creating sibling data sets, and they don't affect my root. The root.
And then do data sets recurse? Like you could have data sets
Yeah.
deeper inside of
Yes.
other data sets.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna disco.devices. Yeah, I mean we should maybe just have a disco.nix for Molly. Does that sound reasonable?
I would go storage. Storage. Because
Storage.
you see, the dendritic system allows us to have any path we want. So
Sure.
I avoid using like the name of the tool or the name of the library. I try to name it what it means to me.
Yeah. So we'll take that, copy this, paste. Boom. Okay, and now disco.devices.disk.main.
Oh, but this is so. See this clan machines Molly? Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
do you want
let's.
to call that? Do you want to put that in like a module or something?
I think what I think is clan machines Molly is won't be mentioned anywhere else from now on.
So then
It's
to
a single
tie
place.
this together, we need to put this in like a module, right?
Yeah, and it can be either a named module, or it could be the Molly. We already have a Molly module, right?
I don't think we do
Like
anymore.
Flake. We don't. The Flake modules NixOS Molly.
Yeah, does that exist? I mean, we can create it.
What in the Molly? What are we importing?
In Molly,
What are we
Machine.nix.
importing?
We are not importing anything yet.
Right. So I think we should be the only thing we should be importing is config flake modules NixOS Molly.
Yeah. So I guess like what I'm confused about is what's the value of creating a module called Molly versus just stashing stuff onto the
Because
machine?
it decouples it from the fact that it is a clan machine.
Okay. Got it.
There is a machine. It's called Molly.
We're gonna change this to config.flake.modules.nixos.molly. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. And then over here we'll do flake.modules.nixos.molly, like that.
Yes.
All right, and then I called this disk main rather than X, and I deleted the Y.
Okay.
We need to fill this in, which we can't do until we actually have the hardware. This seems reasonable to me. This is a very small ESP partition. It'll fill up quickly. I have had issues with like for me my /boot is a full gig to hold all my generations. It doesn't need to be that big, but
yeah, let's see mine.
About 512.
How do I find out? I can do.
So my boot partition is only 23% full, so I'm using 228 megs. So I think 512 megs would be plenty for this server.
I have a gig as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Used fdisk.
Does 512 sound good here?
Because it's a server, not a desktop. Yeah, also we have like 20. Wait, how much storage do we have?
20 or 40? You've still got the tab open, right?
I still have a tab open. Yes. We have 40 gigabytes.
Okay. Yeah, I think 512 will work. I used to run out because I didn't garbage collect regularly. But now I do garbage collect regularly, so I don't run out.
Yeah.
Okay, pool zroot. All right. This is a test specific thing, so I'm going to delete or comment that out for now, because hopefully we won't run into it.
Zpool. zroot is like an idiomatic name, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So that's the name of the pool. Got it. Type zpool. Mode equals mirror. I don't know what that means.
This is for like RAID 1.
What's RAID 1? Just like
it just mirrors. Literally,
we
mirrors.
only have one drive, so we want read. But
I think our storage is already mirrored. We got, we have reliable storage. We are on reliable storage. Whatever we do here, like we can. We do backups, yes, but like we're not going to experience unreliable storage, so we don't.
What do you mean?
This storage that we are provided with is already mirrored or striped. It's already made reliable. It's not like.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't. I guess we don't know, but yeah. There's
I think the mode will be whatever the default mode is.
Okay. So what is what is this? Zpool modes?
I think we don't need to provide
You're
it.
saying we can just like
be-
comment it out and hope for the
Mhm.
best. All right. Root file system options. Does auto snapshot like turn on by default? Is that what this is turning it off?
Nah, I don't believe that's true.
Okay.
No,
And
there's no way.
is compression something we want or not?
Compression is actually not bad, and Zisted is, I think, is fairly recent addition for Open ZFS.
Okay. So should we delete this line?
Yes.
But leave this here?
Yeah. It can be further, like what compression level do we want, but like you can keep tinkering with this
Okay.
forever.
Great. Mount point equals slash. I guess you're saying we don't even want to mount this?
Correct. I think we want to mount a data set that is within it.
Okay. And then what is this doing? This is like listing snapshots. Looking for one of them and then snapshotting it? This?
I don't know if it's for the purpose. Everything here is for the purpose of the test, right? It's not. This is
Yeah.
not
So get rid of it.
for the purpose of demonstration.
Okay. And then how many data sets? What are their type? ZFS
Just
FS?
yeah, it seems like ZFSFS is like the default. It's just probably the default anyway. We probably don't need to specify the type because ZFS CLI, if you create a data set, you don't need to specify any
Okay.
type. I never
All right.
did that.
Read all of this.
I think what we want maybe is swap. Do we want swap? It could be ZFS swap. So we could.
My attitude with servers is to not configure swap on them.
Let them. How did you say?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Let's see if it ooms.
Yeah. If we run into issues, maybe we beef it up, or who knows. Like maybe this would be a reasonable. Like if it's the nightly job and the nightly job can succeed, maybe. But yeah, let's just see.
Mm-hmm.
So ZFSFS mount point equals slash.
I won't call it ZFSFS. I would call it
root.
Root. Yeah, just root. Don't think it needs
Okay.
to be called ZFS.
Cool. All right. Well, that got a lot simpler.
But the defaults are not entirely. I don't know whether I don't know whether Disco probably does not modify inject its own defaults, right? So the defaults for ZFS datasets are not ideal for like PC or server Linux. They're lacking a couple of things.
Yeah, that's disappointing. What else do people use ZFS for?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
But I can take a look at mine.
Just tell me what to do.
Yeah, let me see. ZFS get look at that. Yeah, I got it. So I think Disco probably sets mount point mount point legacy probably does that because that's just a NixOS thing.
Okay.
Do you remember the explanation about that, right?
Yeah, it's about how like ZFS wants to auto mount things, but NixOS also wants to mount things, and so this is how we let NixOS handle it.
Yes. So Disco would probably find it appropriate
Yeah.
to never let always specify mount
Right.
legacy. Actually, zstud, my compression is zstud-3, not
Okay.
zstud. So I don't know what's that about. Maybe zstud is like whatever zstud, and you can feel free to upgrade or something. What do you want to read the docs on that?
More interested in getting a server up. I'm happy to leave a note to come back to it if you want.
I don't know that compression can be upgraded though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I'm almost certain that when we try to provision the server, something's going to go wrong, right? And we should like get to that. And then after we get it working, we can like immediately re-provision with the
Got it. Okay, then
appropriate.
leave a note that maybe it's zstud-3. We don't know. Okay.
Something like that. Is it a dash or no dash?
It's a hyphen, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have a time off, but
Okay.
that's just a preference. Do you want to have a time? It's just, some overhead that is possibly not necessary. On a server, maybe you want more logging. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think by default it's on.
Okay. No preference.
One thing that is one of those strange, like why is the default this way, is xattr.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
It's extended attributes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they are. Could you find out for us?
Is it a ZFS thing?
Yes. And it'll probably, open. This is for OpenZFS because that's what we are. That looks like it. But for xattr.
To obtain the best
xattr.
performance when setting POSIX. Okay, I don't know what this is. ACL type.
This is another thing I have. ACL type POSIX.
Default on Linux.
This is for controls
Setting
whether
it to
ACLs are
POSIX,
enabled.
you're strongly encouraged to set xattr equals SA. This will result in the POSIX adder ACL being stored more efficiently on disk. But as a consequence, all new extended attributes will only be accessible from OpenZFS. Okay, sure. So it's like a feature that got added at some point. Or it's like an implementation detail that changed at some point. Okay. And so if we want support for ACLs, which for some reason are disabled by default, then we should also set xattr equals SA.
Yeah. My xattr is not SA, it's on.
Okay.
Is that synonymous?
Here we go. Controls whether extended attributes are enabled for the file system. Two styles are supported, either directory-based or system attribute-based. Default value of on, it's a default value, enables directory-based extended attributes. The style of extended attribute imposes no practical limit on either the size or number of attributes which can be set on a file. Although under Linux, the getattr and setxattr system calls limit the maximum size to 64K. This is the most compatible style of extended attribute supported by all ZFS implementations. Okay. System attribute xattrs can be enabled by setting the value to SA. The key advantage of this type of xattr is improved performance. Strong extended attributes as system attributes significantly decreases the amount of disk I/O required. Up to 64K data may be stored per file and space reserved for system attributes. Okay. Wow. The use of system attributes-based xattrs is strongly encouraged for users of SE Linux or POSIX ACLs. Both of those features heavily rely on extended attributes. Okay.
I should change mine. Mine is
So it
on.
sounds like we could just not turn on POSIX axles, and then we don't need to mess with this.
Yes, that's true.
Is there a reason to turn on POSIX axles?
I don't know whether modern distros expect this to be a feature of the file system.
Mhm.
You know?
Well, I'd be inclined to not set either of these things, based on what we've just read. Are you coming to the same or a different conclusion?
It didn't let me change the Xadder to SA.
Like
Just
something
silently failed.
you have to do when you create it or something?
I don't know. Maybe it must not be mounted. I can try doing it before it's mounted. Why do we need POSIX ACLs at this point? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Yeah, I
increased
mean,
security. I don't know.
we're not doing anything with the disk, right? That's just up to Postgres. So I'm inclined not to mess with it,
Yeah, okay.
but maybe we'll learn something. I don't know. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Then I'd say we don't want auto snapshot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to see what Disco does, or should we just leave the type explicit?
Sorry, with what?
Do we want to find
The
out
type.
what Disco does here, or should we just leave the type explicit?
I think the default is correct. So I would remove this.
All right.
I would imagine it's correct. I want to find out.
Let's do it. Okay, great. So that's exciting. Let's see what's next. All right. We are going to want to make sure we can SSH to this thing. So we should, at the very least, add a authorized key for the root user. And we want SSH. That's important as well. Although I bet Clan. Let's check. I bet Clan's going to have done that one for us.
Mm-hmm.
Nixos configurations.molly config. Oh, hey, we already have a problem. Type is a required parameter. Right? Default.
Which one?
Disco.devices.config. Alright, so
Okay.
I added that back and we're back in business. And we definitely do need to enable OpenSSH. Okay. Molly machine. And we're going to want this. I acknowledge that we'll probably want to break this up into other places. But I'm really excited to try provisioning a machine before we call it a night. What is it? Users.root dot authorized keys, something like that.
But I don't get it. Doesn't. What's the point of Clan if it doesn't do with SSH?
I don't think it does this for us.
What does
Like,
it
we haven't even
do?
told it our SSH keys, right?
Sure.
Uh-oh. Do you not have keys?
I don't.
You do not.
Do you want one?
I need one.
Then
have a key?
rotate. I'll put
Okay.
it in because I use HTTPS
Got it.
I had one. I had some. Didn't see the points. Didn't see the points. Okay. Well, I created one, right? Like cat, this one.
Yep.
So copy that, and I think you put it here. Don't see it though.
Oh no.
So, no.
My mob next failed. Darn it. I must have failed to run mob start. Okay. Git reset me. Stash. Start. Stash pop. Mob next. Okay. Try again. Sorry about that.
Start. Is our formatter leaving? It actually makes sense to do this.
Yeah. Feel free to put JFly up above and leave the comment
Actually, I noticed
for that.
this is also fine.
Cool.
Which what's next?
Let's take a look at that wiki and keep scrolling through. I know we're gonna need to do the IPv6 stuff. Give him. Oh, we'll have to set a state version, I guess.
Did we enable? Yes. State version.
Probably. We just get a warning, I think, if we don't have that set.
System.state version. What's the latest state version here?
25.04, 25.05, like that. Okay.
The value of initial hash password above obtained using passive command.
Password, so that's fine. Now, where was the IPv6 stuff? I know we saw it at some point. Okay. Offers both IPv4 and IPv6. Oh, okay. So, all right, we can do that later. Like, if we want our server to be accessible over IPv6, we can set that up later. Oh, but what's this about IPv4? Oh, that's if you want to configure it statically, but I don't think we need to. So, okay. If we don't want if we want our server accessible via IPv6, we have to do something, but I don't think this is something we have to do in order to provision the server. So I guess at this point we could try building it locally, and then if it builds, we're kind of like tested out territory, I think. Okay, I made that up and I got it wrong. Sorry. There must be an authorized key somewhere. Can you go to search.nexus or learn about a new tool? .openssh.authorizedkeys.keys. Okay. Okay, I guess we have to. I skipped over the grub stuff because I assumed Disco or Clan would do that, but I was clearly wrong.
I would go with system deboot
Yeah, if that works, let's do it.
to have one less thing. Like grub on a desktop, I still use grub for a couple of reasons, but
Let's do it.
say where's our ESP here? Yeah, okay. Got it. I didn't get a good look at this. Where do we say that we mount? Oh. Okay, zroot is zroot.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And we don't mount zroot, which I guess is allowed. Instead, we mount one data set. Side of
So we said we want to. Okay. So I'll do undo close and search for system deboot. This.
Okay. Yeah.
Bootloader system deboot. Loader deboot. I think enable true, and we need isn't there like
Configuration limit.
the path? What's the error that we got? Grub devices. See, so what's bootloader grub devices? What's the equivalent devices? I don't see devices. I think maybe there's like a global one. No. Well, it's EFI. EFI is not bootloader EFI. EFI is mount point. There's a default for this, so I suppose this is good. Also, this this is probably desirable. I think this is unnecessary in our case. Is it? No.
Good
I think this is
question.
desirable.
I think
Let's
this
turn
is
this
like
on.
if a new generation gets added, this is what you do to make it the default
No.
for the next boot.
No. The generation is selected by the bootloader. You control the bootloader.
Okay.
NixOS controls the bootloader. That's like system deboot or grub, and
Got it.
this is like there's firmware. I don't know. It's actually firmware in the case of Hetzner, but like on your PC, there's firmware, and it has these variables. One of them is which partition should I execute? Which ESP, right? EFI system partition should I execute at boot or boot at boot or whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So if
So
you got multiple,
that's why it says whether the installation process, like NixOS install, not
okay. So this is not system
installation.
activation.
It is also activation, I think.
Okay.
Is it activation? Because it's not. Sorry, it's not activation, but like okay, so NixOS rebuild has this install bootloader, right? Yeah, see this? Causes the bootloader to be reinstalled on the device specified by the relevant configuration options. So this is not about activation. This is like a tool that can be called at any time.
Okay.
And I just wonder whether can touch EFI variables. I want to go, you don't mind, mixed packages, see where that is used.
Sure.
Can touch EFI variables. So every installation. This is a test. This is the installer. This is the bootloader. So grub, for example, install grub. Yeah, you see this? So
It's not
if it
equal
cannot,
true, then does no VRAM and -- removable.
so you see, install grub is like is that thing we saw, right? Is this install bootloader? If you have grub, then it'll do install grub, and then installing grub is like putting it in the boot partition, right? Where whatever's mounted at that location, but also setting the EFI variable in the firmware to boot from there, from that partition.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we are creating that partition, right?
Yeah. Maybe
Since
we need it.
we'll be right. So, because otherwise, I don't know what the firmware is going to try to do. Maybe it's because it's a server firmware, it is like more flexible, and it tried to be smart about identifying a possible ESP and booting, doing its best to result in some successful boot. But I don't know that.
I mean, that's what
So
my laptop does, right? Like, it looks for bootable devices.
No, look, there's this EFI boot MGR, and you can use this if you want. And you see this boot order. This
Yeah.
is like entries, and here are the entries. I haven't booted Windows in a long time since I've been playing on Steam on NixOS. Long time. But it's here. And then I have mirrored boots. So I have I have one EFI on each physical
Okay.
SSD, so that if one fails, I can still boot. So that's nice. Grub supports that. Systemd boot does not support that. And you can see it's like this hard drive. I don't like that's complete identifier or something. I think it's like this I think this may be the bus, and then like the drive, and then the partition, and here is what exactly to execute. It's an EFI file of grub.
Got it. Okay, so you're saying this is about creating the entries, and maybe also about setting the boot order.
The boot order of like bootloaders, right? Not generations.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have something like this in your laptop firmware.
But I guess what I'm saying is, like, when I plug in
right
a
now.
USB drive that has something bootable on it,
Yeah.
that somehow works without me having to like write EFI
Here,
variables.
look here. See
Okay.
this, that. So it's possible that if I remove these, so you can see that actually in my system, these are before
Yeah.
those. So it will never boot some
Right.
inserted one. Yeah, so you can do understand. This is like the actual how it works, and
So it's possible that the server has like something in the category of the last three, right? Something that says search the attached SSD. Because like those are not concrete EFIs, like partitions.
yeah,
It
I
paths
don't
to an
like. What
EFI,
does this mean, right?
right? It's like if there's a block device attached, then follow some rules to find something bootable on it, right? Like there must be some.
Yeah. Let's see what this is.
And so it's entirely possible that the server has something like that just for the SSD. What I can say, I just checked my Hetzner server. I do not have can touch EFI variables set to true.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, right? Like, so this is BBS variable refers to boot services or related EFI system. However, specific notation appears to be a reference to boot option or boot device entry. I don't know that this is telling us the truth. BBS prefix must be used in some context. Oh, this coming from EFI boot MGR? I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I don't know.
This could be referring to entries that we are not seeing. It's like system entries that the firmware has, but we're not seeing them here. Who knows? It's not enough information here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can I
what
try
I'm
to
confused
rebuild
about
this?
is we've now set system deboot to true. So is that error gonna have gone away? Because it was saying stuff
It
about
did.
grub before. Okay. So grub like defaults to true, but setting system deboot disables grub or something. Beautiful.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I mean, we're basically at time, but I would love to try deploying the server.
Here's
if you're up
Nix
for
tree.
it.
Grub does not exist here.
Cool. Do you want to try initting the server and see what happens? It's almost certainly
How do I
not
do
going
that?
to work.
Clan, what?
But we don't even have. We need a machine we can SSH to.
Nah. No, I should probably call it.
Okay. We will find out how this goes next week.
Yes.
Cool.
Good work. I learned a bunch of things. You might have learned a bunch of things. The viewers probably learned a few things. And
yeah,
I'm looking forward to next time.
Awesome. Me too.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and all these things. Until next time, be well.
Bye.